Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit. And in today's video, I will be doing a full face of products that I regret purchasing. You know, sometimes you watch your favorite beauty guru or YouTuber, vlogger, and they rave about a product and you buy it and you're like, it didn't look like that on her, or it didn't work like that for me. So sometimes, you know, everyone has different views on who likes what and who doesn't like it. So I do know that what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. So this is just a bunch of products that I regret purchasing. There's nothing wrong with any of the brands that I will be mentioning. Nothing wrong with their products. It's just things that I regret buying. I wish I would have thought about it longer. I just wish that I didn't purchase it, to be honest. So I have already primed my eyes with the P. Louise base, and I also did my brows off camera as well, just to get this party started. One of the brands that I used to really love and enjoy was Anastasia Beverly Hills, and one of the palettes that I was very excited for was the Subculture palette, and that palette flopped. We all know I'm not gonna, you know, try to do another look with that palette. But another palette from that brand was the Norvina palette. I'm a huge lover of the color purple. I wanted that palette to really be a big hit, and it was very disappointing for me. So the next palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills was the Master palette by Mario. And this is a collector's item. I know it was limited edition. It's not sold anymore. But to be honest, I really haven't gotten much use out of this palette. And to be honest, I just keep it for collector's purposes. I mean, I know a lot of people want this palette to complete their collection, but me, honestly, I just wish I never purchased it, because I mean, I'm a neutral girl. It has all of these nice neutral shades, but it just doesn't do it for me. So I'm just going to also use this palette today. And then another palette that I regret purchasing was the Decay Friendcation palette. Now look at this palette. It is so pretty, so gorgeous. It fits in my hand perfectly. It's travel friendly. It's not big and bulky. You get these gorgeous 10 gorgeous shades, but in person the palette just didn't do it for me. To be honest, I got it on sale at Ulta when it was maybe, I think, 50% off, and I really wanted it for this shade, this blue shade right here, and that's basically the only shade that I used. I tried to use a lot of the colors from the palette, but they just, I don't know, they just don't work for me. So I'm going to be using these two palettes today, and we're going to see what type of look we can come up with. So first I'm going to go in with the Decay palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Churro, and I'm going to add that to my transition area. Now that I'm trying the palette again, I kind of like this shade. So you never know, you know, sometimes if you purchase things and you don't like them, it's always good to go back to them, not just, you know, throw it away because it doesn't immediately work for you. And I'm a collector of palettes and lipsticks, So anything that I purchase, I keep. I kind of think I'm going to stay with the Desi Katie palette. And I'm going to go in with this chocolate brown shade, which is called Cheens. And just to get rid of that ashiness on my brow bone, I'm going to take this shade called Fifth Ave from the Mario palette right here. And I'm going to add that to my brow bone just for a little bit of highlight. And next I'm going to take this shade in the friendcation palette, which is called Try Me. I'm going to do a cut crease, just, you know, just pop on the shadows. I will say with these shimmer shades, they're very creamy and buttery. But I remember when I used this palette before, the shades were very, very ashy on me. And it wasn't because I used a light base. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe I just wasn't skilled enough at that time. But now that I'm revisiting the palette, it's not bad. So I don't have any lashes or wing liner that I regret purchasing, so I'm just going to pop on some lashes and I'll be back to finish the rest of my face. So next for primer, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte primer. Now if you have oily skin, this primer is absolutely fine for you, but I have dry skin and I've seen so many good reviews about it, and this was before I really got into makeup, before I started my channel. I was just buying everything that I saw worked for people and not paying attention to the skin type that the person had and the skin type that I have. So I just purchased this matte primer just out of, you know, seeing other people's reviews, and I'm just going to apply that today. So next for foundation, I'm going to be using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. Now, the only reason why I purchased this foundation was because of the collaboration with Alyssa Ashley, and I absolutely adore her and her sister. So of course I wanted to support another sister, another YouTuber, and this color did not work with me at all. So I think I may have just picked up the wrong shade. I think this is a little too light for me. This is in the shade 15.3 Almond, and I'm just going to add that to my face. Now keep in mind that this shade may not work for me. My pump seemed to have broken and I don't know how or why. And I'm just going to blend it out with a Juvia's Place foundation brush. Yeah, you can see how dark my skin is and how light this foundation is. I think maybe if I went maybe 2, possibly 3 shades darker, it would work. Now I have this practically full bottle of foundation sitting on my vanity that I can't use. It doesn't look bad, but you can tell that it looks like I have a mask on. This is when I wish this was one of those foundations that oxidizes. So now that that is all blended, of course, I'm going to go in with concealer, and the concealer that I regret purchasing is also by NYX, the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, and I have the shade Caramel. I don't like this concealer because I believe that it is too drying. And again, I think I may have picked up the wrong color as well. So nothing wrong with this line or this brand. It's just I didn't pick what worked, what is supposed to work for me. This goes to show that swatches online are not always accurate. It's best to go in store and try things out for yourself. I should have just went to Ulta and swatched everything. So I'm going to blend that concealer. I think the concealer shade is a bad choice. As far as the color, I don't know how it's going to dry down, but I can't remember why I didn't like this concealer. I almost never use it. I sometimes use it as a eyeshadow base, but never on my face. I don't remember why though. For a setting powder, I also have two. They are by the same brand, Juvia's Place. And I have the two shades Sahara and Kalahari. To be honest, I believe that Sahara is lighter than Kalahari. So it seems like Kalahari is more of a yellow tone setting powder, where Sahara is just a little bit lighter, and that's probably the one that I tried out and it looked ashy to me. So I'm going to go in with Kalahari. This is what Kalahari looks like. It kind of reminds me of the Sasha Buttercup setting powder. And I just want to reiterate again, none of these brands that I am using, there's nothing wrong with any of the brands, nothing wrong with even the products that I'm using. You can even see that everything I use pretty much looks okay on my face. I just have to do a little tweaking to get it to work and to look better. But so far, as far as the setting powder, I don't see anything wrong with it. Maybe it didn't work with the concealer that I was using at the time, but it pretty much looks okay. For bronzer, I have this bronzer by ColourPop, and I believe it came in a little set that they had that came with a palette, a lip liner, and then a bronzer. I'm not sure, but it came in a set because I would never purchase this bronzer because it looks way too light. But it came in this little sleeve packaging. It is in the shade Opening Act, and it says on the back, Pressed Powder Bronzer. So it looks extremely light. This is the bronzer. And honestly, I think I just got it because it came with the kit. It had some things in the kit that I wanted to purchase, so I guess it was just a bonus. So I'm just going to apply that bronzer with my bronzing brush. And as you can see, you can't even see that I'm putting anything on my face. You may see a faint look that looks like a bronzer, Just a tad bit of color. And I just want to see how it looks with contouring my nose. Whoa. I think I had some other product on my brush. Yeah. Because there's no way that this bronzer is this dark. Yeah, I had some other product on this brush because as you can see, this side is lighter than this side after I cleaned it off. Well, I regret doing that. I'm just going to go back with my concealer brush just to help me lighten up that. For highlight, I have this Morphe highlighter in the shade Extra. So I didn't actually purchase this highlighter. I got this because I purchased the Jaclyn Hill Vault when it came out. I actually paid for it online, and I went to the meet and greet to pick it up in person. And because of all the controversy that came out with the Vault, they refunded everyone, and we had to wait a few months to get shipped another Vault. So in that order with the Vault, they sent some freebies, and one of the freebie was this Morphe highlighter. And honestly, this is a frosty white highlighter, which is way too light for my skin tone, but we're gonna apply it anyway. So of course you do a video with products that you regret, and it turns out to be a really cute look. So for lip, I don't have any lip products that I regret purchasing. Every lip color, lipstick, lip gloss, liquid lip, I like everything that I have purchased except for one thing. Charlotte Tilbury had a little set that came with her blush, and it came with also a lipstick, but it also came with a Pillow Talk Lip Cheat lip liner, and I have the shade Pillow Talk 2 Medium. Fun fact, I actually wear glasses, so when you see me looking at products, I'm really trying to make out the words. It's really hard to do makeup without glasses because the fine print on these packages is so small. So the reason why I regret purchasing this lip liner is, of course, it's too light for me. It's a really, really nude shade. It looks like this. It looks like it may be a pinky nude for me, but it's really too light. You can see how dark my lips are, and you can't even see what I'm putting on. It looks like I didn't do anything. So I just wish that this was in a darker shade. For lips, I'm going to go in with this Kevyn Aucoin lipstick in the shade Thelmadora. And I used this in the last video, my Kevyn Aucoin video. So this is the final look using products that I regret. So with the Desi Katie palette, I don't know why I didn't like this palette before, but I tried it again and I actually like it. Maybe it was the concealer I was using. I don't know what was going on when I tried this palette before, but I don't see anything wrong with the palette. As you can see, the look turned out really, really cute. As far as the primer, I do think that this primer doesn't work for me because I am dry skin. My my setting spray is a dewy setting spray. I use the Milani Make It Dew setting spray. That's what I use, so that's why I'm getting this glow, because I have to use a really hydrating setting spray or else I will look really dry and cakey. This look does look really bad in person, but it looks better on camera. As far as the concealer, now I was surprised with the concealer. The concealer did work good this time. It wasn't a bad shade, but the foundation is a total no. It is absolutely too light. The bronzer, I will say that the bronzer was a little bit surprising as well. It looks extremely light in the pan, but it's not light. It takes a lot to build it up to get the pigmentation for my deep skin. So it worked out well. The nose contour looks fine. The cheeks look fine. And for the highlighter in the shade Extra by Morphe. I still don't like the highlighter. I think I would go with more of a rosy color. This is a little bit, I would say it's very much on the lighter side. This wouldn't be a highlighter that I would grab. And then for the lip liner, this lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury, I do think on her website she has a darker shade, which is, I believe it says dark 3. This one is medium 2. So maybe the darker shade would work for me, but this one definitely does not work. It's just way too light. You can't see it on my skin. But that is it for today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed. I hope that this video has inspired you to try some things that you purchased and you didn't like. You never know. Maybe you'll go back to it and you find out that you actually like the product. I know I did. As far as with the concealer and this palette, I'll definitely be using them again. But oh, and also the bronzer. But I hope that you find some new products in your stash. Try it out again and see, you know, maybe you were doing something wrong that time. Maybe you just, the formulations of products didn't mix well. And I kind of think that that's probably what happened with me. Maybe I, you know, used the wrong base. I don't know, but it turns out cute. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.